Alright guys, I'm going to make this video today. So many people in the crypto world have absolutely no clue what they're doing. They're buying and hoping. So I'm going to teach you, somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, who comes from a trading background with stocks, who has hundreds of hours of screen time. This is how I was looking at Litecoin this morning. So we're looking at Litecoin on TradingView. This is the Coinbase chart right here. I do have the we brought the chart back. So we're recording this on the 12/12/2017. This morning I placed a trade in Litecoin, and I was telling people that if Litecoin breaks 350, and at the time we're looking at the 5-minute chart, and at the time if it breaks 350 and it also breaks the 26 EMA, this is going lower. At the time, the 26 EMA was acting as perfect support and resistance for this. So I just went ahead and I actually added those two EMAs I was just talking about. But this is, I told them if it breaks 350 and if we break that EMA, we are going to collapse. Let's look at my thought process here. Now, I do encourage you to put this video on, at least 1.5 speed. Your time's important. So essentially, I'm going to draw this line from the get-go. A horizontal ray at 350. Why did I just draw this ray at 350? This is called price rejection. What we're seeing right here is called price rejection. Why? If you know what candlesticks are, we know that this wick means during this candle, during this 5-minute candle, we traded all the way down here. Sellers dropped the price drastically. People were panic selling. They saw somebody, offload some shares and then or coins, and then other people followed. People that ignorant people that don't know anything about technical analysis about trading, they continued, and they were like, oh, I'm gonna dump my coins too. There was a wall of buyers right here. Those buyers quickly drove that price all the way back up, right? We collapsed here. Buyers stepped in and they brought it all the way back up here. They're like, no way is this worth 350. This is worth at least 380. That's exactly what happened here. This is called price rejection. When you see a long wick like this is called price rejection. So I see that we just got rejected from 350. I know that 350 is now a point to watch on the chart. Let's go ahead. Let's look how this plays out. At this point, I had not made that comment yet about the 350. If we break through 350, we are going to collapse. Let's see how it plays out. People were mocking me this morning when I said that. I said, hey, put stop loss orders in. Buy limit orders in down here someplace. Figure out where you need to put them in case this does quickly collapse. Because if this does quickly collapse, it's most likely going to rebound, right? What just happened? We came down, we perfectly tested 350, perfectly. We come up here, buyers step in. There's clearly a wall right here. There's a wall here of buyers earlier. Now there's another wall here of buyers. Wall here of buyers. We're moving up. Let's continue hit play. Just watching price action here, just bear with me. We're seeing how this plays out. Now, from a time standpoint, I had told them here, if we break this EMA and 350, we will collapse. Let's just keep playing this out. Maybe bump up the speed a little bit. What just happened here? Absolute collapse of prices. People are panic selling. Then what do you know? Once again, the same sellers that stepped in at 350 earlier are still there. There is still a wall of buyers at 350 right here. That's exactly what's going on. And we hit this 350 and we completely reverse. We reverse over $18 instantly. Why? Because there's a wall of buyers right here. Now, we could look at volume, price analysis, and whatnot, but most of you can't even do this type of stuff, so I'm not gonna talk about that. Continue hit play, see how this plays out. Hopefully, you got this on 1.5 times speed. Okay, didn't stop exactly when I wanted to stop, but what do we know? We know support and resistance normally has 3 points of contact. I drew one line with 1 point of contact earlier this morning. I drew it on a price rejection candle. There's a massive wick here. We rejected 350 hardcore, so I know to watch 350 going on throughout the day. We tested again, 1 point of contact, 2 points of contact. On this third test right here, we absolutely collapsed through. Why is that? Because there was a wall of buyers here, wall of buyers here, wall of buyers here. There's people actually down here with money willing to buy in mass quantities at 350. Why do I say mass quantities? Because if they didn't have a lot of money that they're trying to buy Litecoin with, Litecoin would have fell through there. Sellers would have overcame the buyers. So the buyers are overcoming the selling pressure right here. That's exactly, they're absorbing the selling pressure and pushing us higher. Over here, there's no longer enough buyers. Look, we close, we can zoom up here. We close down here. The next candle, we open up here. Buyers were trying to push us a little bit higher, but we completely exhausted all of the buyers on this candle. And when we completely exhausted all those buyers at 350, we absolutely collapsed. And that's exactly what I was telling everybody this morning when they were laughing at me. And I told them, put your limit orders in. Now, I put my limit order in at 315.50. You may say bullshit, I don't care, whatever. I think the lowest price that it recorded on the 1 hour of this trading to, I guess right here it records it trading to 315.38. I was going to say the lowest I saw was 315.99 on the chart. But what I'm getting at is, how did I put it at 315.50? How did I determine that? I came over here to GDAX, and we'll just go to 5 minute because, why not? Essentially, this is called the dome right here. If you don't know anything about trading, which 99% of you don't know anything about trading, this is called the dome. I went down here, for example, we're trading at this price level right here. If I'm trying to look for, where would I start to see support at? I would look here on the dome. This morning, this was super thin. Some of the thinnest price action, thinnest amount of orders I've seen on Litecoin ever. And I looked down and I saw 315 had a massive wall. There was like 20,000 Litecoins sitting at 315. So I was like, look, if this thing is going to collapse, it's going to collapse and it's going to fall until it hits that massive wall, right? Where is the next level of buyers? Where is the next level of buyers? The next level of buyers is at 315. So I'm like, look, all the buyers are at 315. So if this goes from 350, it's going to drop until sellers are going to panic sell. That's exactly what happened here. Sellers are panic selling. And look, where's that wall? That wall I just told you was at 315 because I'm looking at the dome. The dome tells you all the existing orders that are out there. And so I'm like, dude, they're at 315. I'm going to put my order above them so that I get filled first. And that's exactly what happened. I got filled perfectly. This went down to 315.47 is what it's saying now. I got filled perfectly. How did I do that? I looked at the dome, and there we go. Now, besides the dome, how did I pick my stop loss? I looked back here, and I said, look, we're normally when you determine stop losses, you're looking at prior price action. Where's the last support and resistance? I knew the last breakout that we had, high probability breakout, was this point right here. For those of you who don't know anything about breakouts, anything about charting, which again 99% of you crypto traders don't, this is called this is a flag and pennant, if you want to call it that. I would just call this a wedge. Call it what you will. Names don't really matter. But I knew this was the last high probability setup that we had. Look at all this volume that came in on the break here, confirming the breakout. I knew that we were most likely going to catch support somewhere around here. Why? Because this is the last breakout that occurred. So I know we're most likely going to catch support somewhere around here. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, post it in the comments. Maybe, I'll most likely answer you. And what do you know? Look at that. Look at the crosshairs. We caught support right there as well. So I knew to place it somewhere around here. Then I went to the dome and I was looking for prices around this area. And what do I see? I see a massive wall at 315. So I put my buy order at 315.50. And I got filled. That's how it's done, people. That's how it's done. If this is how real traders trade, most of you guys are just buying out of sheer luck, and half the time you're wrong, and then with enough time it goes in your favor. But let's see. Let's just put this at super fast. There we go. I got in down here. I'm already up 15%. If you're coming from the stock realm, 15%, that's pretty good. What am I up? 13%, 14%, whatever. Who cares? That's how trade's done. If I was monitoring this more actively, maybe I would have taken some gains up here if this was a momentum trade for me or whatever. But that's how it's done, people. Hope this video helped. If you have questions, please post them in the description below. I'm also going to put up a link for this video that you see to the right here. This is trade entry and trade management. We discuss stop losses here. This is a great video. A lot of you guys really need this. It's all about putting an edge to your trading, and so many of you don't have any edge to your crypto trading. So watch that video. Again, I really stress that you watch that video on at least 1.5 speed. Otherwise, you're going to pull your hair out. But hope this helped. Stay happy, guys.